between the Santa Monica Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, a beautiful place, but now unfortunately all but wiped out. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti has been covering this disaster since it began yesterday, and he shows us now how it all unfolded.
As dawn broke in Pacific Palisades, we found a scene that can only be described as apocalyptic. The once vibrant village off iconic Sunset Boulevard had stood like this for decades.
Oh my God.
Until now.
We just arrived here in what is left of downtown Pacific Palisades, and I am overwhelmed by the scale of loss. Many people are going to return to homes that were lost, and even more important, their community completely gone.
Those flying into LAX last night saw an endless blanket of flame, all from the Palisades fire. Those on the ground doing everything they could to save homes.
Yeah, let's get out of here. We tried, bro. I'm sorry.
And when water was needed most, the hydrants ran out. 3 large water tanks are designed to hold 1 million gallons each. The first ran dry by 4:45 p.m. yesterday, the second by 8:30, and the third in the middle of the night.
We had a tremendous demand on our system in the Palisades. We pushed the system to the extreme.
The terrible toll, at least 1,000 structures destroyed, 15,000 more still at risk, and 37,000 residents who remain evacuated.
Having to walk. This is crazy.
For many, evacuation orders came too late.
The flames moved. They panicked. Every car that you see here represents someone or a family that in that state of fear thought the best option was to abandon their cars and flee on foot.
Fire officials admit they were overwhelmed.
It's been more than 24 hours since this fire first ignited. Homes are still going up in flames on both sides of the street. Over here, this condo igniting, and there's not a single firefighter here on the street.
These fires are stretching the capacity of emergency services to their maximum limits.
So many landmarks like this are quickly being erased off the map. Reinforcements are being brought in, but for a community like this, so much has already been lost. 50% has been damaged or destroyed, and this fire continues to explode tonight, Tony.
Jonathan Vigliotti finishing up day 2, now night 2 of his coverage from the front lines. Jonathan, thank you very much. Wildfires are not a weather phenomenon exactly like hurricanes or tornadoes, but wildfires are directly linked to weather conditions like wind and rain. To get more on the anatomy of this particular disaster, we're going to bring in CBS News meteorologist Rob Marciano.
LA residents in a panic, desperate to save their home.
Hey, you're not going to be able to put that out.
During an unprecedented explosive wildfire in the middle of winter. Winds to hurricane strength, some nearly 90 miles per hour, scattering embers miles away, sparking more flames. Not something that typically happens in January because Los Angeles should be well into the rainy season. But downtown LA has received just over 1/4 inch of rain since May, the second driest stretch in nearly 150 years.
Our wildfires are definitely getting worse. We have had a very large increase in the size and the intensity of wildfire, and that is driven in part by a warming climate.
The drought, drying out vegetation, on top of the seasonal Santa Anas, has made for a combustible mix. The Santa Ana winds created by this cold high pressure plaguing so much of the country, pushing dry air down over the mountains, compressing it through the canyons, and accelerating it all into a cataclysmic firestorm. The winds turning iconic palm trees into whipping flamethrowers, sending smoke and fire in every direction.
And Rob Marciano is with me now. Rob, you just reported on the lack of moisture in the atmosphere. How bad is it?
Yeah, these winds were obviously supercharged, but we had so much dry vegetation. That was a disaster. This is about the amount of rain we've seen in the past 9 months, just about 1/4 inch of rain. We need to hit this 10 times. We need about 2 to 3 inches of rainfall to saturate everything to declare a fire season over, and that's not going to happen anytime too soon. Wow. So let's go over the conditions now and where we see them happening here in the next couple days. We are improving somewhat. The extreme high wind warnings